John chapter 6, verse 69. We have come to believe and know that you are the Holy One of God. That's Peter responding to Jesus when Jesus says, are you guys going to go away too? And he says, where would we go? You're the only one that has the words of eternal life. And then we have come to believe and know that you are the Holy One of God. Beyond a shadow of a doubt, we believe it and we know it. We cannot be swayed, which this is the very purpose of the book of John. Let's not forget that in John chapter 20, we're jumping way to the end here, John chapter 20, verses 30 and 31, Jesus performed many other signs in the presence of his disciples that are not written in this book. But these are written so that you may believe that Jesus is the Messiah, the Son of God, and that by believing you may have life in his name. That's what John set out to do. That's why he wrote this gospel. And now here we see Peter making the very confession. It should be the same confession of our heart. It should be the same confession of the readers who read this and believe and know that Jesus is the Son of God. That's what Peter said. We have come to believe and know that you are the Holy One of God. That's a confession of faith. That is Peter saying, you are who you say you are. We believe it. And we go back to the introduction of the book of John. John 1, verse 10. For all those who believe, Jesus gives the right to become children of God. He's bringing them into the family. They were children of wrath. They were destined, their path as children of wrath was destruction and being pushed apart from God. And yet, Jesus is saving some with his amazing grace. He's opening up eyes and ears and changing hearts so that there will be a confession of belief. And so Peter's saying, we know and we believe. He's saying, we are among your family. Where else are we going to go? You have the words of eternal life. As we read this, this should cause us to ask ourselves the same question.